Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 88 of our Get Your Goals annual challenge. Today we're talking about two subjects because we're running through the goal setting process with each area and aspect of our life in the life framework. This month we're focusing on mental well-being, mental health, and so we're running through the MGP, which is the mental goal process. And today is step 5, and step 5 is all about knowing if we're making progress and then setting up milestones and checkpoints along the way to make sure that we are making progress toward the goal and objective that we've set for ourselves for this year with respect to mental well-being. So today, first action item is think about how you will know you're making progress and what milestones along the way you want to set in order to, and checkpoints to make sure that you are making progress. And if you're not, tweak and change some things that you're doing in order to get back on track to making progress. Because guess what? Some things we do work, some things we do don't work. So what I like to do personally is I usually make my milestones and my checkpoints dates. So for example, this goal that I'm working on as we go through the mental well-being, mental health goal process is increasing my positive self-talk. So I think I'm not going to check in weekly. I guess I will check in weekly. I was thinking only monthly, but I think I need to check in weekly to get an overarching feeling and checkpoint to see if I'm making progress or not. If over the course of the week I'm moving up in my self-talk and increasing my self-talk, and I've broken down the goals and objectives by numbers to reach an increase of 25%, which also means a decrease of at least 25% in my negative self-talk. And I've got different ways of measuring that. I'm going to graph it every day. And I think I'll look at it once a week. Let's say every Sunday evening, I will check. I'm going to write that down because I just committed to it. Every Sunday evening, I will check progress. That's what I'll do. I'll check it every Sunday evening, and then monthly will be a milestone check. So have I met my monthly number, my monthly target, my monthly goal? All right, our tool for today, I want to talk about a tool every day as we're going through this challenge as well, because there are so many tools and frameworks and things we can use to make our life easier. And today's tool is actually one of my very favorites. I've been liking these for at least a couple of decades, at least 2 or 3 decades. I think I first discovered Affirmations from Louise Hay was the first person that introduced me to affirmations, meaning I am statements, because whatever we say we are, we actually are, we become. We're stating our identity. If I say I'm a klutz, and I used to say that one a lot, I still do once in a while, I would do klutzy things to prove that I'm a klutz, right? And we want to make sure we're careful about what we are saying we are. You know, if we say I am angry, are we really angry, or are we just feeling angry in that moment? We have to be careful of those things, because otherwise, before we know it, we are an angry person. Much rather say, I am happy. Everything works out perfectly for me. Positive statements about ourselves, our life, the world around us are affirmations. So affirmations, I am statements in the present tense. If you haven't heard of affirmations, hit me up and we'll talk about them a little bit. I actually used to research when the internet was in its early days. I was fascinated by affirmations, and so I found pages and pages and different ways of presenting them. I think I still have old files about different graphics and things I did about affirmations, because I find them very powerful, especially when we're getting in a negative frame of thought. If I can think of an affirmation, it immediately starts to turn my thinking from that negative downward spiral to an upward spiral. Now, there's a form of affirmation that I actually use more than just straight affirmations, and they're called affirmations, because affirmations, they get us past our subconscious mind saying, if you say, I am a millionaire, and you've never made $1 million in your life, your subconscious is saying, no, you're not, no, you're not, no, you're not. And so it's counteracting your I am affirmation. But if you say, I am a millionaire, then why is it so easy for me to be a millionaire? How can I be a millionaire right now? When we add the question, it takes our subconscious and makes it from a detractor to an actual ally, in that our subconscious will start to feed us evidence of how we can make that happen sooner, rather than later, as well as why we are that and why we can be that thing. So now, instead of our subconscious working against us, it's working for us. So I actually like affirmations better, because I'll say the I am statement, affirmation, and then I'll say, why is it so easy for me to blank the thing that I want? And how could I, or how can I be the thing that I want, blank, right now? And you don't have to have the right now, but I like to have the right now to give a sense of urgency. So today, as well as identifying your milestones and how you'll know you're making progress, let's go ahead and pick one affirmation and take one thing that we want to be. And I say with respect to this goal or objective. So for example, I'm working on self-talk. So I would say, I want to say I'm my own best friend or my own cheerleader instead of self-talk, because if I say I am self-talk, or I am positive self-talk, or I'm a great example of positive self-talk, or I speak kindly to myself right now or all the time, but we want I am statements. So I am my own best friend. Why is it so easy for me to be my own best friend? Or why is it so important for me to be, is another tweak on that. You have to do what feels right to you when we're creating these statements. And then, how can I be my own best friend today? How can I be my own best friend right now? That feels better to me than, how can I increase my positive self-talk right now? Why is it so easy for me to use positive self-talk? I am positive self-talk. That feels kind of weird. But then if I just tweak it to something that feels better for me, then I'll get better results. Any questions about this? Ask. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow with step 6 of our mental goals process and a tool to go along with it. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.